podcast now? I didn't know your dreams. Okay.
Welcome to another episode of the Neoliberal Realm podcast, and I am right here with Miranda. Miranda is the organizer, the head of the Caribbean community in Philadelphia. It's an organization, and I'm right here on the corner of Broad and Olney. In my community, I live in Germantown, but I'm right here in Philadelphia, right at the corner of Broad and Olney, and I saw them giving out all these amazing stuff, shirts and so on. Stop the gun violence. This is a beautiful shirt, and I understand that this is an initiative of the Caribbean community in Philadelphia. What is this about? And I have with me Miranda, who is the executive director, and
Lamaya Broussard, VP of Operations and Resident Therapist.
Resident therapist.
Camilla, she's the mom of the community.
Yes.
She's the mover and shaker right here at Broad and Olney. And we're on a podcast. I can't believe it, but we don't push our organization here.
That is fine.
One thing we do not do is push our organization. We push love.
Yes.
We had a whole struggle. Let's just...
In retrospect, we had described the Caribbean community and its diaspora as peoples who are dependent when thinking about the type of capitalism or socio-economic dynamic of the post-colonial communities of the global south and their peoples. However, on Martin Luther King Day, we visited a group in Philadelphia at Broad and Olney who were given back to the community, providing various resources and information to improve the community. Yes.
I didn't understand what you said.
I said that we had described the Caribbean community.
You started from the beginning?
From the beginning, yes.
All right, say it again.
We had described the Caribbean community and its diaspora as peoples who are dependent when thinking about the type of capitalism or socio-economic dynamic of the post-colonial communities of the global south and their peoples. Dependent capitalism. We said, what kind of capitalism do they have in post-colonial country or in the global south? We said that they were dependent capitalism. But we're moving from that. We're saying that many of these countries, like Mexico, they're not dependent capitalist countries. They have some amount of modernization now. Okay? But we have always described them. When we look at the image of the Caribbean, the image of the global south, we see poverty, we see lack. Yes? Yeah. We see an outstretched hand, so to speak. But I am saying to you, certain parts of the Caribbean, yeah, there are pockets of wealth, okay, but the majority of the people are poor. Yeah. However, on Martin Luther King Day, because we're thinking about reinventing and reimagining, it's not all negative. However, on Martin Luther King Day, we visited a group in Philadelphia at Broad and Olney who were given back to the community. And by the way, we're not just talking about people in the Caribbean, we're talking about people who are outside of the Caribbean. Okay?
You said the global south. The
global south and its peoples. Okay, because as I said, I was speaking with another person and they said when you think about the immigrant, you think about an alien who is seeking to steal your profit and your wealth, and I begin neoliberalism, globalization, income inequality, poverty, and resistance, just like that.
To steal our
just
property
like
and our wealth, we think about a person coming to be more dependent, not trying to steal our riches, but be dependent and can't provide for themselves.
Yeah,
and their
yes.
family.
So they are stealing. They put them on the social, but studies show that majority of the immigrants who come. They are trying to hide from welfare. Majority of the...
So they just come here and they can afford house and apartment and to live and everything like
there
that.
There is a... Okay, how do the Latinos do it?
They assistance, welfare, assistance.
The American... No,
that Americans pay for.
No. Okay, excuse me. As the wealth, people don't come here. You have to be scrutinized. You have to be peep in the system to get welfare. Immigrants
they don't cross the river.
No, listen to what I'm saying. A lot of immigrants come here. They are hiding. They rather work. They rather work. Immigrants and first world countries like immigrants from the global south because they work pittance and they love to work. And you guys have a lot of jokes about immigrants who come here from the global south. We need to go get some Mexicans. Yes, we need to go get some Africans to work in. We need to get some Jamaicans to do the
rich Americans.
No, sorry, no, not just rich Americans. Even you hear it, people to have the cliche, the word, the idioms, the terms that people come up with to describe certain people, the other. Yes? So, but that's not the point. So when people think about immigrants coming to take away your social welfare can't even make people rich. Okay?
No, it cannot.
Just so you know.
No, it cannot.
Immigrants don't depend on, and studies show, and I'm talking about studies. Studies. If you want to be fair, studies show that immigrants, majority of the people who benefit from social welfare are immigrants because they are hiding.
I wonder which studies these are.
I don't have to go for, and listen, I'm not going to have any debate with anybody because this is the fact. Studies, people who are trying to hide in order to get stability are not going to try and access a benefit that will put them in the public eye. Okay? But that's not the point I'm making here. The point I want to make for those of us who are listening, on this day, Martin Luther King Day, we visited a group in Philadelphia at Broad and Olney who were giving back to the community, providing various resources and information to improve the community. The group called Caribbean Community in Philadelphia was comprised of not only people from various parts of the Caribbean, including Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, Jamaica, Guyana, Antigua, so on and so forth. The majority of those countries are what you know as the West Indies, the English-speaking Caribbean. Okay? And of course there is but it's not just those people, but also U.S. people of all races, whether they were not here in the U.S., whether they are from here in the U.S. or overseas, they came together to make a difference. The group's executive director, Miranda Alexander, discussed how the group started and stated that Philadelphia resembles her community in Trinidad and Tobago in a sense. And I've said that to you. One of the reasons why I stay in Philadelphia more than any other city or any other place in the U.S. is because there's something about Philadelphia that connects with me. It resembles the Jamaican experience in a sense. I feel more closer to Jamaica here than anywhere else in the world. And she alluded to that, Miranda. She discussed the group's involvement with the Global 360 movement, helping to provide solutions to global challenges including poverty, inequality, discriminations, and so on and so forth. We met up with several individuals, including locals from Philly, the Caribbean, and Dr. Camille C. Reagan, PhD professor and Associate Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion at Temple University, Fox Chase Cancer Center in Philadelphia. Oh. She's from Portmore. I'm from Portmore. Okay, great woman.
Hold on. What is her involvement with Fox Chase Cancer Center?
She is a professor and she's also Associate Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion.
At Fox Chase?
At Fox Chase in the cancer prevention program.
My father attended their...
Oh, wow.
Their cancer center.
The Cancer Prevention and Control Program. We've been talking about Biden's immigration problem, and of course, the immigration problem goes beyond President Biden. The immigration challenges of immigration, and I say to you, immigration becomes a challenge depending on how it is communicated, the narrative. Okay, when you think about immigrants, you think about them as aliens who are coming to steal your wealth and steal opportunities and so on and so forth. Usually, but you know, and we think about the situation at the border. But when you think about immigration, yet there are immigrants who are contributing significantly to the development of this country. I was able to, and of course I'm teaching a class called Caribbean Thought, which looks at the issue of Caribbean and the diaspora, looking at what the Caribbean is now, and who they were, and who they hope to be. But today I actually stopped and was able to visit with a group called the Caribbean Community in Philadelphia. The Caribbean Community in Philadelphia. And I spoke with several individuals, including the executive director. The executive director is Miranda Alexander. She's from Trinidad and Tobago. And I spoke with her along with a scientist, Dr. Reagan, who is from Jamaica, from Portmore, my country. And she is now working with the UN and with the University of the West Indies in Jamaica, studying life sciences, studying life and science in Jamaica. And we actually have her on the show today. And this is quite interesting because I'm teaching the course Caribbean Thought, looking at the Caribbean, not just the Caribbean geographically, but looking at its diaspora and people of the global south, and how these people are connected in the dual economies in the post-industrial country like the US, because there is, and you're gonna hear one woman on the podcast is gonna say, Miranda says that one of the reasons why she stays in Olney or she stays in Philadelphia is because it looks like Trinidad. You find the resemblance. A lot of people stay in Philadelphia, a lot of Caribbean and immigrants, they stay in Philadelphia, they come in Philadelphia because there is something about Philadelphia that resembles that of their homeland, their country. But this episode looks at what the Caribbean people are doing here in the US to make a difference. This was quite powerful, and we are happy that we're able to share this podcast with you. This is the Neoliberal Run Podcast. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back. Let's pick up from where we left off, speaking with the Caribbean community in Philadelphia at Broad and Olney as they were having an event there. We will be speaking with the executive director and also the first vice president and another individual. After that, we take a break, and then we will speak with Dr. Reagan, which is a PhD scientist working with Fox Chase in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Tell the story.
Yeah.
So when Black Lives Matter happened, we were seeking to come here at SEPTA location to help our people. We got to push back. We got to turn around. Remember when that store was at the corner there? What's it called again? Before that store burned down there. Sneakerville. Yeah,
Sneakerville. Yes.
So we used to partner with Sneakerville before in the community, and then all of a sudden Sneakerville kind of turned on us a little bit. SEPTA turned on us a little bit, and then they shut us down. What was the name of the thing we were going to do?
Black is back.
Black is back.
Black is
back.
Yes.
So we had an initiative doing that.
It wasn't hot.
When it wasn't,
The city didn't think it was hot
right.
yet.
Oh yeah, black was bad word. Bad word.
Yes.
So we got turned on there. When the pandemic happened, I said, because I used to live right around the corner when I first came to America, right here.
Yes.
1449 West Drew Avenue.
And when did you come here?
So I came here 23 years ago.
Oh wow,
that's
a while back. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so it's a full circle moment.
And Miranda is from Trinidad.
I'm from Trinidad. She's hearing the story the first time.
1965.
Yes.
Even before all this was built.
Oh, you've been up here?
Yeah.
So
yes.
she's the mom of the community. So I just got here. I have to follow her lead.
Right.
See, we're trying to love on the community and give back to the community and serve the community.
Yes.
So the second time we tried to come was when COVID happened. I thought about this community because this community looks like my community back in Trinidad.
Yes.
I just came from Trinidad, Carenage village.
Say that point you just make again. This community looks like.
I feel comfortable.
Yes.
I feel at home.
Yes.
Right here, like I felt at home.
Right.
Back home.
Yes.
It has all the elements.
That is.
And the people love
that
me.
That is why I am in
me.
Philadelphia.
Okay.
Because it reminds me. Everybody says, "Why you go in Philly?" You know,
we started serving food over there actually.
Yes.
And it wasn't feeling so. She didn't really know us back then in April.
Yes.
Oh yeah, she used to come and get it. But back to the story, the second time, it wasn't happening. COVID happened. The third time, I was at ShopRite on Cheltenham Avenue there, that ShopRite. And then the ships got stuck out sea. And the food prices started rising. And all I can say, I was like, whoa, I can't believe this food. I keep arguing. I'm like, whoa, this food. And I said, we're going back to Broad and Olney.
Yes.
From that minute that I made that decision, I reached out to Sharon Excess. And I said to them, we need more food.
Yes.
My people need more food. And as soon as I did that, they said, come get it. They opened it up. We started serving food at the back of the car. And then we decided, like, this looks more like a community on this side. So we came over here. And then we never stopped.
Yes.
April of 2022, and we just started doing. This is our first time doing something other than food distribution.
Yes.
We did our Thanksgiving Day giveaway, which is in honor of her mom too.
Okay.
We did Christmas toy giveaway, but we did it on a Saturday.
Yes.
Oh my.
This is our first time on a Monday, MLK Day, because
we got permission.
I have
from the community to do that here today.
Right. So I'm connected to the Global Citizens 365.
Yes.
And I was down there this morning in another capacity as the president of our local UN group. United Nations Association of Greater Philadelphia.
We're gonna
I'm spinning that story because I'm Black Lives Matter, I'm pro-black, I'm everything black. But
we're gonna talk.
For underserved minority community. So we gotta bring variety of ethnicity together here to serve. I had to ask her permission because I didn't want to overwhelm the area. I asked her, I said, look, these people are coming. A lot of people are signing up to volunteer.
Yes.
Is it okay? I don't want to overwhelm people because people have come on this day and then they don't show up again.
Yes.
But we're here in the grind, in the cold, in the rain, everything. We show up all the time.
All the time, man. Yeah, man.
So my thing is that we came here and we showed up, and we never looked back. But we can't do it without the mom.
Yes.
We have to do it together with her.
We're gonna invite you to my Caribbean Thought class.
Okay, so we also do Caribbean American Heritage Month in the month of June. So my organization
which is my birth
8
month.
parts.
Oh wow!
This food falls under our seniors wellness. We do wellness. She's a wellness expert.
And where are you from?
Yeah, Louisiana. But
Louisiana. That's the South.
I know. Dirty South.
Yeah, man. You guys, some of the culture resembles that of the Caribbean. Yes.
Very similar. I'm honorary Trini.
Yes.
Philly is my home, though. You know, been here for a long time.
Yes.
Not as long as Miranda, but since 2006.
Yes.
And I love giving for our people. You know, I deal with grief and trauma support services. And Saturday, it blew my mind. But this is an example of when you really come out here to be with, because this is our people. This is my people. And so to serve, God can move wherever.
Yes.
You can't limit God to just the church building. When you're real and when you really care and compassionate. So blew my mind that just this past Saturday, one of the
say that again. You cannot just limit
God to the church building.
Yes.
You know, I'm saved, deeply rooted in Christ.
Yes, forever.
However, it's like, but I understand how Jesus walked with all.
Yes.
And so Jesus went right with the people without compromise.
Yes.
And so when I came out here, one of the elders walked up to the table. I mean, she embodied my late mom in a way that I had never connected.
Yes.
And I was thinking it.
While I said
Miranda said it.
Like
and I'm like, oh my God, I gave her a hug. I bawled right here.
You got here after.
Yeah, I bawled and she said, yes, daughter. She called me daughter. She called me daughter. And I'm like, okay, and what do you want me? She's like, mama. And I'm like, that's an example of that. I would have missed that if I'm not in position.
Yes.
I would have missed that. That was like priceless. Like I have never experienced that before.
Because I had to experience it
too.
People
would doubt that that's right here. That happened right in our lovely. This is our B&O crew.
Yeah.
Broad and Olney. We call it our
so
B&O
that's why we
crew.
don't push our organization.
That is good.
The police, they all know about that. I'm sure they know what we do. But look, we're helping them.
Yes.
They're taking away from us.
Yes.
I had an opportunity when we first started over here, and the young chappie now came up from the academy, started saying what he can do, what he can do. Oh, we can work together. I'm like, oh, really? Oh, I'm going to bring up my civil rights now.
Oh.
I brought my whole...
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, I'm ready for you next week.
Yes.
I had so much talk with him, he never showed back up. I'm like, okay, I'm ready. Mamiya free, everybody.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, Black Lives Matter, I was waiting for you. Like, we ain't going to do that. We don't partner with the police.
Right.
We don't partner with the politicians. We do get some things from the politicians.
Yes.
That's free. We get it from the health department. They ask, whatever you want to do. I have limited supplies today, a condom and lubes from the health department.
That's good.
We work a lot with all these agencies because they have a lot that they store up all back there. We do COVID-19 kits.
Yes, I just got some packs. I just got some COVID testing, free home testing.
Expiring.
And sometimes hoarding or giving to their people and so on. Look, we line ourselves up. We get it. We get diapers from Mitzvah Circle all the way in Norristown. We get it every month and bring it. We have a clinic that we partner with Jellica, who's here, Newlands Health.
Yes.
And she's African Diaspora Health Initiative too. And so we work with them to store social services stuff. She does wellness and healing and all that stuff out, but we don't bring it out yet. We got a lot to bring out, but we're not rushing it. Like a long time ago, we were telling Dr. Pitts to come, but I said no, we're not going to bring you now. This is the ideal time.
It's our sacred space too.
We know when it's a sacred space.
Yes.
We don't just bring anybody out here.
We have too many stories that we hold dear to our hearts, and that's people's lives. It's ministry.
Right.
It's people's lives, so we don't play with it. I'm like, before you all come here, you're going to have a pep talk how to treat our people.
Yes.
Because this white supremacy has layers.
Yes.
Layers. Layers.
I talk about that in my class. You have to talk about it. White supremacy and the minority and what does that mean? But then we want to reimagine blackness. We want to empower them. We want to reinvent them. We want to provide them with resources. You know, I did an interview with one of the judges with the Sentencing Foundation. They are changing the rules in terms of providing resource-based sentencing and supervision. And then you have Michael Lambert, who's one of the first Black Caribbean judges in Philadelphia. A friend of mine, I interviewed him. He's Jamaican, yes, and they're doing initiatives. And here you are now working on another front, coming together, providing other resources.
Right.
No, but listen, guys, this is good. I'm happy to book up on you guys, you know.
Absolutely.
You know.
But if you want to talk to Camilla, you know, she's right here.
No, we want to talk to
anything.
We want to talk to you guys. We're going to collaborate and do some more stuff. You know, we want to collaborate and do more stuff, and this is good. And you work.
Say something, Camilla.
Yeah, say something, Camilla.
I done been in this community. I done been through the darkness. I done been through the streets. I know the game.
Where are you from?
No, I'm from Philadelphia, PA.
Yes.
It is 1962. I came up here in 1965.
Yeah.
It is. I done dealt with this community for a long time. I did, and like I said, a lot of them lost. But they can't be reached. We can reach them, but you have to be slow in reaching them. I done spoke with all of them over there in the hole over there. You know, they just gave $4 million. They're going to re-renovate Broadnami.
$4 million
Broadnami. Omar Sharif, Art Haywood, Cheryl Parker, and I forgot the other councilwoman. They done gave that money for this area right here. It is. I'm trying to let my people know that they're coming up. And if they catch you, they're going to grab you. I don't want them to get caught up in that. Now, a lot of them over there, they're not doing nothing wrong. It's just that they're comfortable being around their own people. Yes. It is. But like the cops already done told us, if you're there, we're going to take you along with them. This right up there was a holding cell. That's where they held prisoners back in 1965, 1970.
We're looking at the building. On it is a picture. It's an abandoned building, so to speak. They're going to spend the money in that. Right by the September bus stop. Insurance, auto, home, fire. There's a sign there.
But here's what I want to ask you.
Yes.
Housing. Could we solve that problem? Rental rebate. I need people. Find the money. Give it to us. Give us the vouchers. Just let's have a conversation. Go get the resources on that. We need practical resources on housing, rental vouchers and rebates and all these different things. Can you just get that together for our people? We had a young man who was homeless here. He just walked up here.
Yes.
I mean, he needs answers. We don't need to talk about it. We need to be about it.
Yes.
My thing is like, let's not talk about it again. Show me the money. Show me the money.
Yes.
Show me.
But you know,
a lot
of money. Yeah, but you know, a lot of money comes with strings.
Show me the string where the money is, but I'm not going to take the string after.
Yes,
I'll take it before, rather
yes.
than bring it for the people.
Okay,
But,
okay.
yeah,
so homelessness is an issue
housing.
still.
In
Housing.
our community.
That is
everything.
true. That is
Everything.
true. Yeah.
I've been kind of hammering on that transitional home, all that thing, the housing voucher that the program is going to be open up.
I know what
Jeremiah.
Yeah.
He is from Grenada.
I worked in case management, so I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so she worked in all those things
Yes, and housing is an issue.
If you can get Jeremiah, bend his arms.
Yeah.
Look, we have a Caribbean people here. And we, huh?
PHMC.
Who's that? Oh, Jesus Christ.
PHMC.
What's doing here? We didn't invite her. I don't know her.
PHMC.
Right now, today, I don't know her.
So there are people coming in.
No,
people coming in?
No, that's the representative for the area, but we're going to shut this spot down. Nope. Shut that
Thank you so much. And we will talk with you.
We ain't going to be doing no political taking.
No,
political stuff,
what are some of the other stuff that you are involved with? No, I'm about Black Power. I wrote a book on globalization.
Yes.
Okay,
so
that's what I'm about. And we're going to talk about that. But I want to interview you about
all right, if I see you interview
global initiative. No, I interview everyone.
Yeah, but no, I'm not. I ain't ready to talk.
This was and I see you're wearing a Stop Gun Violence.
Yeah, this is we work with Girard College. I have to do input. This is a credible organization with Girard College. These people just came from Girard College and do their stuff. They talk, and we do the right in the community.
I would love to invite you to my Caribbean Thought class.
Sure.
We have 6 o'clock, 6 to 9 p.m. every Friday.
Just keep it real with me, okay?
Because you need to read about me, okay? You don't understand because you don't understand who I am yet, okay? I'm the serious deal. Okay? All right. Thank you for listening to the Neil Barron podcast.
Okay, great.
I was just talking with
Miranda, Alexander, Caribbean community.
Where are you from in Jamaica?
No, in Trinidad.
Oh, Trinidad, but the Alexander's in Jamaica, you know.
I know.
Yeah, man.
Just like the beauty queen.
Yes.
Half of our family from Trinidad, half from Jamaica. Yes.
Yes. And we're gonna go around and talk with some of the booths table. Thank you so much.
Okay,
it was a pleasure. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Listen to the podcast, the Neil Barron. Right. She shares her work in the U.S., but also how she's given back to Jamaica, working with the University of the West Indies, Mona campus, on a study with the UN to explore life science and behavior in Jamaica, with a view to improve life and science in that country. I've been a big proponent of investing heavily in the Caribbean through science and technology. If they are to be competitive, or if the Caribbean is to be competitive in a world that has become technologically advanced. We have interviewed Dr. Andre Isaacs, a former Jamaican, now chemist, working to develop ring cyclists to improve vaccines and drugs. These former Caribbean nationals are working to make America great while doing work that can improve their former countries. However, it's not coordinated very well.
Excuse me.
This is supposed to be the introduction. But what's going on?
Yeah.
But it is true. Anyway, let me continue. These former Caribbean nationals.
Shouldn't that be a prerequisite of coming to the U.S.?
These former Caribbean nationals.
They're not only improving the lives of the U.S. and helping to develop medicines and things for the U.S. This is also helping to develop and cultivate things for the people of the global South and the Caribbean.
Well, that's what should happen when people come here. They should invest,
and
but that's the point I'm making. I said please remember when we started, I said the image of the Caribbean or the image of the black man is always one of lack, the predominant view, yes, is one of lack. But then I said, but that's not necessarily true. There are those here, okay. There are people who are working to improve the lives of others. There are people who you cannot think of as lack. So I am going beyond that to say, but there are people who
stay in Jamaica, and should these people need
there's not enough. No, we talk about.
These people need great minds stay in Jamaica, or should they come?
I have written and argued that if there's not enough,
your mind, you didn't stay in.
If there is not enough opportunity in these countries, then they have to go elsewhere because the people in the world make it so. They make it so. You don't want Singapore to be competing with the US and stuff. You don't want Mexico. You don't want NAFTA You don't want countries in NAFTA to be at the level at the US, and so you reauthorize NAFTA so that you can maintain your advantage. Anyways, let's continue with the introduction here. Let's continue. So let's continue with it. I said that I have been where am I? I'm introducing the discussion here. She shares her work in the US, but also how she's given back to Jamaica, working with the University of the West Indies, Mona campus, on a study with the UN to explore life science and behavior in Jamaica with a view to improve life and science in that country. I have been a big proponent of investing heavily in the Caribbean through science and technology if they are to be competitive in a world that has become technologically advanced. We have interviewed Dr. Andre Isaacs, a former Jamaican, now chemist, working to develop ring cycles to improve vaccines and drugs. These former Caribbean nationals are working to make America great while doing work that can improve their former countries. However, it's not coordinated very well in the sense that we can coordinate the efforts better so that it has a greater and targeted impact. It has better and targeted impact, okay, for the Caribbean people. Yes, exactly. For the Caribbean people. What do you mean? But guess what? But they're also working here to better people's lives here in the US. So going in pockets of poverty, because please remember, when you look at the Caribbean, when you look at the Caribbean, they look just like the black people, the black and brown communities here that are struggling. Okay, so not only, and many of them live here, and when they come here, they live in those communities. So, and the good thing is that they're working hard to develop people here. A lot of immigrants develop this country. We say that.
Would your resolution be that these great minds remain in Jamaica while the U.S. funds them?
I know
that. No. I'm just.
Oh no. The world is about the world. We live in a global world. We say that. Okay, is that a facade? Is that a lie? If we're a global village, why can't we what's wrong with facilitating travel? Why do we make travel so draconian?
So anybody should be, because we make it so draconian, because if we didn't, everybody would just flock here to the
No, we make it draconian so that people who are abusing other people in order to get wealth, okay, can stay wealth, and then when they get their wealth, they make policies to preserve and protect their wealth. Okay, that's what's going on. If we live in a competitive world, then allow competition. Allow that's why we call it neo-capitalism, nepotism. Borders. We live in a neoliberalized world with open borders, but guess what? Filled with neo-capitalism. And what neo-capitalism? Nepotism and greed. Do as I say, but not as I do. Okay, it's an open border, but it's of a neo-capitalistic nature, nepotism, and that's what differentiates neoliberalism and neo-capitalism. Neoliberalism speaks to open borders, but this is a strategy of neo-capitalism that is characterized by nepotism and greed. Yes, I'm telling you. But let us wrap up here by saying, now, it is not coordinated very well. This is what I'm saying, that the efforts by the Caribbean people is not. The targeting needs to be better. Dr. Andre Isaacs, example. I'm giving an example here. He wanted to give back, but does not know how to. We hope that this program provides a way that those who want to give back can do so by contacting their local Caribbean community in their state or city, or by contacting Miranda Alexander of the Caribbean community in Philadelphia, or the Neoliberal Corporation, www.theneoliberal.com. And check out my book, Neoliberalism, Globalization, Income Inequality, Poverty and Resistance, because I talk about some of these very same issues.
Well, I am like Dr. Andre Isaacs, because I don't know how he could give back either. What can he do? He's just a researcher. He's a researcher.
He's a college professor. He's a college professor.
So how can he?
He's a chemist, and he is developing.
So would you prefer him to remain in Jamaica?
I have never made that point. I said he wants to give back, but does not know how to.
But you also made a point that these people come here when these people can use their knowledge and their expertise to help their people in Jamaica.
I know, but I never said it with.
South.
But the way how you but what?
That's how you worded it.
No, I worded it. But what do you mean? What do I? But if you listen to my line of argument, I am talking about there's not enough opportunities and people should travel. Okay? So
then that's contradicting.
And I'm writing a book that talked about the other side of the brain drain. The other side of the brain.
You just said that these people are coming here when these people can better their own.
I never said that,
home.
and I never said that these people are coming here.
I can't remember. What
no,
you said
I said that they do. I can't recall what you said. They are here making a difference
when they can be contributing to their own communities.
No. I never said that. I would never say that.
Okay, what did you say? I'm sorry.
I said they don't know how to give back to their communities, and it needs to be more targeted. So they are here working to make a difference in a small way, maybe at the Caribbean community only. But say, for example, there are Jamaicans who are very educated in their areas, doing great work, say for developing ring cycles and improving drugs, while countries of the Caribbean are struggling scientifically, technologically. I'm saying that we can coordinate the work better, so that people who want to also not only develop and give back here, they want to also go the country. You don't want to throw. They said don't throw your stuff. Don't throw behind. Whatever. You need to remember where you're coming from. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you want to go. You want to give back. You want to remember where you come from and give back to that. Okay, and improve their lives. But many people are not doing that. Okay, we need to develop.
There's only one way to do that, and that's financially.
No. Yeah. People, no.
How else can you give back?
No.
How else?
People don't. One of the reasons why people lack money is because they lack resources. Yes, you can also provide people with the resources, with the information, and so on, so that they can access money. But this is what the podcast is about. The podcast today features the Caribbean community in the event that they had, and I had some opportunity to talk with some of these people. So coming up next, we continue with the discussions at Olney. It promises to be quite deep. This is the introduction here. The introductions and the discussions here are deep. This is the Nearly Go Around podcast. Hi, how are you? I'm doing very well, and you are?
Good. Dr. Reagan from Fox Chase Cancer Center.
Hi, you're Jamaican?
Yes, sir.
Wait, you are a medical doctor from where?
I'm a PhD scientist at Fox Chase Cancer Center.
Oh my God, and you're from Jamaica. Where from Jamaica? Where are you?
I'm from Jamaica, Portmore.
I'm from Portmore.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding. And I'm at,
Bridgeport.
I went to Bridgeport. I was head boy for Bridgeport High School.
Okay.
Graduated.
I went to St. Andrew High School, but I lived in Bridgeport.
Oh, so you know Karen Hewitt Kennedy?
I know the name.
Mrs. Kennedy was the principal at Bridgeport High School.
Okay. I don't know any of the teachers at Bridgeport.
When did you come here?
My mother was a teacher at Gregory Park.
I know Gregory Park. I also taught at Waterford High School.
Okay.
I was a guidance counselor for internship for 1 year, 2 years. Yeah, and I went to Exeter Community College. I did my pre-university courses there, and so on. I went to JTS. I teach at JTS now.
Oh, wow.
I actually teach a course in Caribbean thought.
Okay.
And I would love to have you visit the students and visit the class, and we have to interact some more.
Yes,
but you're medical. When did you come to the U.S.?
So I came right after high school.
Oh, so how long ago was that?
Oh, shoot.
Years.
More than 30 years ago.
You look like you're 30.
Oh, well, that's nice to know. But I am not 30.
Oh, wow.
No.
And when you came here, you studied medicine and so on?
No, I actually came here and went to undergrad at Hunter College in New York.
Yes.
And did medical laboratory sciences.
Oh.
And then I became a med tech, so I used to work in a hospital lab.
Yes.
And then after that, went to graduate school and got my PhD.
Oh, wow. And you are a medical doctor. Look at this.
So I'm not a medical doctor.
Yes.
I'm
a PhD, scientist.
Yes.
So here we are. This is so good. We talk about the Caribbean diaspora. And we've always heard about how the immigrants take from these countries, but but you are giving back.
I'm giving back. And not only am I giving back here, but I'm giving back home too.
To Jamaica.
I have studies in Jamaica going on.
What kind of studies is that?
So one of the studies that we have funded by the National Institute for Health is called the Life Project.
Yes.
Living in Full Health.
Yes.
So it's actually a cohort where we're enrolling people in the community all across Jamaica,
yes,
collecting information about their lifestyle, their diet, and exercise, and all the different risk factors. So we can monitor the risk for cardiovascular disease, stroke, and cancer. So we're doing that project right now in Jamaica with the folks at University of the West Indies.
And you are helping with that initiative?
Yes, I'm one of the principal investigators for that study.
We're going to have to, I'll take your contact information, have you come back on the podcast and do a one-on-one interview.
Yeah, sure.
You know, I write a lot as well, so we can come up with and write about what is happening in the society. So I talk about what's going on in the Caribbean and what's going on in Jamaica and whether or not there's progress.
Yeah.
And the connections between the diaspora and those in.
Yes,
but this is good.
Yes.
This is good. And sometimes brain drain is good because you come to the US, you learn, and then you're empowered to give back.
I give back.
So this is good. This is good.
Yes.
And you think it's paying off?
Well, I think there's a lot more work to do.
Yeah.
Right, but it's paying off because we're doing it.
Yes,
right?
yes,
so
yes.
we're starting to see the impact of it.
Wow, Dr.
Reagan.
Dr. Reagan, it's a pleasure talking with another fellow Jamaican who is giving back. I teach at the Caribbean, at the Jamaica Theological Seminary, Caribbean Thought, and I'm quite sure the students are going to hear this podcast as an audio file in there on the material. So this is good, and we would love to have you come back because I have there's somewhere on the course syllabus outline where we talk about science and technology. You know, and I also have Dr. Andre Isaacs, who is at College of the Holy Cross. I was with him when I was at Penn, but he's at College of and he's a scientist studying ring cycles. You know, that this is quite interesting to see the people from the Caribbean here in the US giving back to academia. And I said we have to come together and come up towards developing a Caribbean thought academic. We have to come up with an academic journal, the diaspora people, so that we can understand and unearth what's going on and how we're giving back and how we can organize even better. This is the Neoliberal Round Podcast. This is powerful. We'll be right back after these messages. Thank you.
She doesn't like the laugh. 1 second.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Neoliberal Round Podcast. We will continue with the series towards developing a Caribbean academic audio journal or a Caribbean academic journal, coupled with the lecture series that I'm doing at the Jamaica Theological Seminary, Caribbean Thought, which is on Fridays from 6 to 9. If you wish to be a part of that class, if you want to join this lecture, you can also send me a note or send me a message, and probably I'll send you a link, and you'll be able to peruse and visit the class. Just so you know, if you are a student in this particular class, Caribbean Thought, and if you would like to, if you want to interact with this particular episode of the podcast, you are free to do so. This is the Neoliberal Round Podcast. Please support us at https://anchor.fm/the neoliberal/support, and you can listen to the podcast in audio at iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcast, The Audible, Amazon Alexa, RonaldoCMcKenzie.com, theneoliberal.com, Podvine. We're also on Radio Public. Did I say Amazon Music? And we are on at least 12 platforms, so you can access this podcast anywhere in the world. Just so you know, we also have some video podcasts episodes which is entitled bonus, but you will only be able to access those if you go to the Spotify platform, and we may have some on our YouTube channel as well. You can visit theneoliberal.com to access some of our blogs and access to some of our links to our feeds, so on and so forth. And of course, my first book, Neoliberalism, Globalization, Income Inequality, Poverty and Resistance, is still available and is in worldwide in all platforms, and you can access that. And our second book, Neoliberal Globalization Reconsidered, is a work in progress. We are working on it, and as soon as we are ready to release and publish, we'll let you know. We will continue to have discussions on the show as it relates to concepts and themes from the book. Thank you so much for listening to the Neoliberal Round Podcast. Walk good.